Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to look at chapters 26 and 27, finishing the book of Leviticus. And some of you say, yay. Others of you realize Numbers is next, and you're like, not quite so yay. All right, stick with it, friends. We're gonna get through this, and hopefully we'll see how all this stuff applies to our lives today and helps us know exactly how special it is that God set these systems up for us to follow in so that we could thrive in this society. So all these rules and all these rituals are for our good and God's glory. Got to keep that in mind. Even if it seems like a lot of heaviness, it's for our good and God's glory. All right, chapter 26 of the book of Leviticus, God is going to lay out the blessings for obedience and then the consequences for disobedience. If Israel follows his commands, they'll experience abundant harvests. They're going to have peace. They'll have victory over their enemies, and God's presence will be among them in very, very easy to understand ways. However, if they turn away, the consequences are pretty doggone severe. Famine, they'll be defeated by their enemies, they'll be exiled, and they'll be suffering all over the place. Even in judgment, though, God promises that if they repent in the middle of this bad stuff, He will remember His covenant and then He'll restore them. This chapter is a powerful reminder that obedience leads to life, rebellion leads to destruction, but God's mercy is always waiting for us to return. Then in Leviticus chapter 27, we're going to see this section dealing with vows and offerings. Specifically, what happens when someone dedicates a person or an animal or the land to the Lord. There's a whole system for redeeming what was offered, showing that our commitments to God should be taken extremely seriously. And then the book ends with this reminder that everything belongs to God. And even better yet, when we give to God, either of our offerings or of our time or of anything else that we have in our lives, it is actually an act of worship. And so I guess the challenge here, if we were to look at this whole entire book, we see there's washing rituals and there's worship rituals and there's offering rituals and there's sacrificial rituals and what do you do with the blood? And it's just a big old mess sometimes. But if we boil the entire book down into one simple idea, it's that everything belongs to God, and what we do with what we have is worship. It's not just what happens on Sunday morning. It's not just the offerings we bring to God. I say a lot of times in my own life that God cares just as much, maybe more, with the 90% we keep as He does with the 10% that we give. In other words, He doesn't just care about our offerings on Sunday mornings, but He also cares about how we use the rest of it throughout the week. So focus on living a life of worship in all you do, and that is the book of Leviticus. Be well, friends.